produce one goal. What is maybe the reasons why you've only been able to get one goal the last couple of games?
Yeah, I mean, this game is different than the other night, certainly, in many respects. And all of them from the foundation of just working and working, not working hard enough tonight and not working toward the front of the net enough tonight. Simple. Any other thing you want to discuss after that, that's the primary. We needed to elevate work ethic, compete level, specifically to the net, period.
It's causing this to be a kind of regular issue for the team to not get to the front of the net, not to put in the work, especially against a team that's made it very hard to even get in the zone.
Well, it was an issue tonight. I would say Dallas is as tough as it comes protecting the front of the net and whatnot. LA, every team's good at that, but tonight was the problem. We were to the net the other night. We didn't score. We didn't put it in. We didn't have a problem getting to the net the other night or in LA or San Jose, the three prior games. Tonight, we didn't go to the net. I don't think we were willing to work. We wanted an easier game. And we didn't work hard enough to the front of the net. Weren't direct enough.
How does a team want an easier game in February, knowing it came off a tough game and almost won on Tuesday, and yet this happened? How can you explain that at this point of the season, where this team is already almost on playoff fumes to begin with?
I don't think you explain it. Who wants to hear an explanation on that, John? I mean, do you want to hear an explanation on that? I mean, it's you didn't work. Period. It didn't work. So.
Down the power play certainly got a lot of volume the other night, and we were happy with the pace in that. Why do you think it kind of reverted to hesitancy again in shooting the puck?
Again, Mike, it does fit with what I said. It does. You're unwilling to shoot, and we've talked about it, through the course of the year at various times. When you're unwilling to retrieve or unwilling to be net front or unwilling to go after the loose puck, you want to set the perfect play up, and we were guilty of that tonight. Too much perimeter, too much movement away from the net, not toward the net. First 3 or 4 passes, sequence were back toward our end instead of toward the net in the offensive zone. Those are not good indicators. So as I said right when I walked in here, willing to work and compete and go to the front of the net. All our issues tonight were that. And the other side, until the third period, obviously, when you're pressing from behind and D are pinching and you give up odd man situations at that point because of the situation. Prior to that, defending we were okay, obviously after 2 periods, but still unwilling in the third. When we needed to ramp it up to be more direct and hard to the front of the net.
You have 1 goal in 3 straight games in this building. Do you just sense the free skating we see a lot of times on the road just doesn't exist? Your guys are tight, playing tight at home?
Obviously, it's been different for us at home than on the road. What I sense, I don't want to get into that at all, but it's the case, unfortunately, and we gotta move on it and get to the next one, and obviously, have full respect that we need to be better, specifically here, in that regard.
That was rescinded. Have you seen that before? Kyle said that the Blues said that they had experienced that the other day too.
Yeah, I have not seen that, and I've seen it the other way as well. Called. We had one earlier in the year where, it was. I think it was even Greenway, possibly. But so no, I haven't seen that.
Not that one person could change the entire team's willingness to get to the net, but in a game like that where you do see maybe a stubbornness, is that when you need your top guys to do it, to send a message to the rest of the group?
Yeah, you always need your top guys to elevate in situations like this. So that's an obvious yes, and I think they know that, and yeah.
Now, when it comes to opponents around your net, whether they set up around your net or getting to your net, do you need to see more awareness from your players? Sometimes they see, in my eyes, they seem like they're not even aware the opponent is standing there.
In front of our net?
In front of your net, yeah. It seems like at times, and the puck's already in the net.
Yeah, I know there was one that Cousins broke a stick, went back to the bench, and there was a guy backside. So obviously went to 4 guys quick, and guys have to had to shift positions at that point. But I'd have to look at it, Paul, to actually understand exactly what you're asking. So I don't have an answer for you without a vision of what you're saying.
Understanding the main issues of tonight that you said, separately on the power play, since you've taken more control over it, there has been statistical improvement. So is it frustrating when you do see things improving, even if inconsistently there, but then you have a recurring issue like this, almost one step forward, two steps back? From a coaching perspective, how does that feel?
I mean, anytime you win or don't win, you're frustrated. Anytime you're not as successful as you'd like to be, you're going to be frustrated with it. The catch is not to play frustrated. And at times, because you're just going to compound the issue, and that's why I say, you don't like it. You have your meetings, and you've got to move on without frustration. And sometimes you carry that through. It's not good. It's not positive, and it hurts you. But yeah, I mean, I'm certainly not content with anything.
Is Jordan okay?
He does. He was back on the bench, so yeah, he's good.
I know you mentioned you've had a few games where getting to the net hasn't been an issue, but it seems like something that keeps popping up every few games. Like, how worried are you that the message isn't getting through to guys? This is obviously something you've preached. You come in here and talk about all the time. How worried are you that it's just not sinking in with this particular group?
Well, it's not sinking in consistent enough. You feel good about generating chances. It's not a natural. That takes time for guys to naturally go all the time. Make it a habit. We're talking about something that needs to become a habit, an ingrained habit. And I mentioned a couple weeks ago, the perimeter is you look at goals and you look at incidents before goals. There's a lot of action around the perimeter, and the wiser players, the more experienced players, know when to get up from the perimeter to the net. It's not as easy as just go to the net. You have to go there. It's a lot of it is timed, and then again, the willingness to put it to the net for others instead of look for a better play. So, the inconsistencies you see are part of, unfortunately, working to build it as a more habit. But when you generate chances, sometimes you get the false sense of, you don't need to go there quite right now.